12 ships leave Troy, 600 men. All of them just won a war. 10 years later, exactly one of them gets home. Tonight, you're one of the 600, an oarsman. No god on your side, no speaking role. The question, can you beat odds of 1 in 600? And here's the tease. The thing that kills almost everyone is not the monster you're thinking of. You versus the Odyssey. Let's run the experiment. Round 1. The sea itself. Before any monster shows up, understand what you're sailing in. A Bronze Age galley is an open rowboat with one sail. No compass, that's 2,000 years away. No charts, no radio, no keel to speak of. Which is why ancient sailors did everything possible to never leave sight of land. And here's the detail the movies skip. A galley has no cargo hold and no kitchen. You beach the ship every single night to eat and sleep. 10 years of voyage means 3,000 landings on unmapped coasts. Every dinner is a raid into territory you know nothing about. One storm in open water and seamanship stops mattering. In Homer's world, and in the real Bronze Age, the sea was the deadliest thing on Earth. Keep that in mind, it's going to matter at the end. Verdict, respect the water. Round 2. The Cyclops. The famous one. Your captain takes 12 men into a cave full of free cheese. You are hopefully not one of them. The owner comes home, he's 40 feet tall, and he has one eye. And he does not see guests, he sees lunch. By the time the survivors trick their way out, blinding him with a sharpened olive trunk, 6 men are gone. Eaten. In the text, that's the whole bill. Then your captain does the single dumbest thing in the entire poem. Safe on the water, he turns around and shouts his real name at the blind giant. The Cyclops' father is the god of the sea you still have to sail home on. That one sentence buys 10 years of divine payback for everyone, including you. Verdict, the Cyclops is survivable. Your captain's ego, less so. Round 3. The massacre nobody remembers. First, a detour that will hurt. The wind god Aeolus hands your captain a leather bag containing every storm wind on Earth, leaving only the one that blows toward home. 9 days later, Ithaca is in sight. Close enough to see the cooking fires. The captain finally sleeps, and the crew, convinced the bag is full of gold, opens it. Every storm wind on Earth exits the bag at once. The fleet is blown all the way back to where it started. You were 30 minutes from home. The crew did this to themselves. Then it gets worse. Ask anyone what the deadliest stop in the Odyssey is. They'll say the Cyclops. The Cyclops cost 6 men. Now watch this. The fleet moors in a lovely sheltered harbor belonging to the Laestrygonians, who turn out to be giants, and the harbor turns out to be a kill box. They smash the trapped ships with boulders and spear the crews like fish. 11 of 12 ships. Gone. In one afternoon. Run the numbers. The famous monster. 6 dead. The one nobody remembers. Roughly 500. 90% of everyone you shipped out with dies in a single scene most people forget exists. One ship escapes, the captain's anchored outside the harbor. For you to still be alive, you needed to be on that ship. The odds just became 1 in 50. Verdict, it was never the Cyclops. Round 4. The soft traps. Not everything on this trip tries to eat you. Some of it just tries to keep you. The Lotus Eaters hand out a fruit that erases the desire to go home. 3 of your crewmates eat it and stop caring about Ithaca, about their families, about anything. They have to be dragged back to the ship and tied to the rowing benches. Remember, nothing attacked anyone. Then Circe turns half the landing party into pigs. That gets reversed, and then the real trap springs. Comfort. The crew stays on her island for an entire year. Nobody's chained. That's the point. Then the sirens. The song that makes men steer into rocks voluntarily. Your survival gear is beeswax in your ears and the discipline to keep rowing while your captain, who insisted on listening, screams to be untied. The pattern of round 4, the monsters announce themselves. The temptations don't. Verdict, plug your ears. Keep rowing. Round 5. The final exam, the strait. On one cliff, Scylla, 6 heads, unreachable. Below the other, Charybdis, a whirlpool that swallows ships whole. There is no third option. Your captain does the coldest math in ancient literature. He steers towards Scylla on purpose. 6 men die, so the ship survives. He doesn't warn the crew, because panicked rowers row badly. The survivors wash up on the island of the sun god's cattle. The rule could not be simpler. Don't eat the cows. Then the winds trap them there for a month. The food runs out, and hunger does what monsters couldn't. While the captain sleeps, the crew barbecues the sun god's herd. The next time they sail, Zeus personally deletes the ship. Everyone drowns. Everyone except the one man who didn't eat. And even the sole survivor isn't done. He drifts for 9 days, washes up on a goddess's island, and is kept there for 7 more years. The best case scenario in this story is a decade of your life. Verdict: don't eat the cows. So, could you actually survive it? The honest funnel. 600 leave Troy. A beach raid on the Cicones costs 72. The harbor massacre leaves 46. The strait, the storms, and one forbidden barbecue take it to exactly 1. And here's your problem. The one survivor wasn't the strongest rower or the best fighter. He was the captain, with a goddess personally running interference. You don't have that package, your actual playbook. Volunteer for nothing. When the fleet moors in a pretty harbor, sleep on the ship anchored outside. Wax your ears before anyone mentions singing. And no matter how hungry you get, and you know. But remember round 1. Add up every monster in the poem and you get maybe 520 deaths. Every single other death is the sea, the weather, and the gods who run them. The monsters are famous, the odds are not. 600 men, 10 years, 1 survivor. And it was never going to be the guy at the oar. Some experiments, you're glad, are 3,000 years old.